Breaking news, you guys. The United States infertility rate is at an all-time low. It's even surpassed France. Remember when I told you Europe was having trouble with conceiving children? They haven't had children in a few months. Well, United States surpassed them, y'all. They're even talking about in a few years, deaths are projected to surpass births. Check.
We don't care. We don't care. Honestly, we're done. Women, all the way 20s, 30s, 40s, doesn't matter. Women, we're freaking done. Especially Black women, we are really done. Instead of a social safety net in this country, we have women. Our economic system depends on women's unpaid labor in order to function, instead of coming up with some sort of policy solution to fill those gaps. We expect women to do it. And now that women are refusing to do it in larger and larger numbers, we have a problem suddenly. So it was okay for you to exploit our labor and let us have unequal treatment, have us work outside the home and inside the home, not insist that men do their fair share of domestic labor, pregnancy discrimination. I would say, I don't know what it's called, but it's like, I think maternal profiling is what they call it, which is why in every job interview, I find some way to work in the fact that I don't have children and I don't plan to have them. I don't say it just like that, but I work it in at some point, and I do it early in the job to avoid maternal profiling. It's not good. This is not the way humans were meant to live. I am miserable, I am sick, I am tired, I am stressed, and I don't care. I do not care about the fate of the human race. I don't really care about the fate of this country either. Because I believe in justice before order. And it seems like a lot of people in the world are more interested in order than they are interested in justice. They're more interested in money than they are in the safety of women and children. They're more interested in power than in peace. And they will exploit whoever they need to get what they want. Women, children. You know, they're relaxing child labor laws in some states, and they're trying to get the marriage consent age lower. Not for boys, but for girls. And they're voting against legislation that Democrats are putting forth in different states to raise the legal age for consent to marriage to 18. Now they want to keep it at 16, 15. And if you're below 18, if your parents okay it, you can get married at 14 or 15 in some states. So what do you got? Child labor, forced birth, no raise in the minimum wage, no environmental safeguards, no national health insurance, no subsidized childcare, not to mention G-side. Justice requires that the people who caused the problem are the people that should fix it. The US government, various state governments, you caused this problem. Policies that you implemented against the majority of the people's will. Most people are in favor of all these things I mentioned if you poll nationally. Now, if you poll individual state by state, and if you put the word Obama in front of any of the policy ideas, it might be a little different. But yeah, you did this. You broke it. Actually, you broke it a long time ago. And you had some good ideas in the 30s to fix it. But the problem with the ideas you had is that those policy solutions didn't include everybody. For a solution to solve a societal problem, it's not going to work if that solution is not available to everybody. And then you saw dollar signs in the 80s because, you know, your masculinity was dinged a little bit when you lost a war for the first time. Really the second time. We didn't win the War of 1812 either, quiet as it's kept. And then your ego was bruised, and then we went into the 80s where it was consumption, excess. And then you've just broken the world just a little bit more every single year after that. And now it is crumbling before your very eyes, and you're looking to yourself like, what happened? It's like the American people are asking for a divorce, and the government is like, this just came out of the blue. And we're like, dude, we've been telling you. We've been marching in the streets. We've been writing letters. We've been campaigning. We've been writing books. We've been going on podcasts. We've been making TikToks about all these problems we have and all the solutions, ideas we have to solve them. And you haven't listened. So we're done. And the government is like begging us, oh, please don't, that's so drastic. Not having kids, that's so drastic. Whatever things we're doing, it's so drastic. No, we've tried the respectful, simple way. We've tried talking. We've talked ourselves to death. You're not listening. Just like those clueless husbands in those divorce situations. You're not listening. So we're done.